TOEFL is a lot of things. It's challenging, it's tricky, it's intimidating, it's consequential. But one thing it's not is cheap. We don't like to talk about money for some reason. Oh, TOEFL is about the experience. TOEFL is about the accomplishment. TOEFL is about future opportunities. Yeah, and for a lot of people, TOEFL is about the money. So let's talk about that. Depending on where you live, a single TOEFL test right now could cost at minimum $200, but often closer to $300 or even $400. And depending on when you're watching this video, it's safe to say that that number has only gone up. It's a lot of money for a 90-minute test, and you could end up paying even more. If you want to register for a test at the last minute, you might have to pay $50 extra. If you need to reschedule your test, that could set you back $70. Is this a TOEFL test or an airline? Does the test give out complimentary peanuts? It would be nice if the TOEFL test was freely distributed out of the goodness of the test makers' hearts, but administering a test worldwide isn't cheap. It's a serious endeavor for them, which means you owe it to yourself to take it seriously and to take it seriously. Just think about what the cost of a single test could buy you. You could order 100 coffees or 50 coffees from an overpriced cafe franchise. You could buy groceries for a whole month, assuming what you're buying is instant noodles. You could take a domestic flight and stay in a hotel, and maybe spend your trip staying in the hotel studying for TOEFL, because I think we spent enough money on this trip, don't you? The point is, that's a lot for one test, assuming it's just one test. If you don't prepare and you get a bad score, you might end up taking 2 tests or 3 tests or more. And maybe this test is something you have to afford because you can't afford not to take it. Maybe you need it to apply to a school, or for an internship, or for a job, or the chance to study abroad. And maybe one day you get that job, or you graduate from that school, or that opportunity led to more opportunities. And that TOEFL test will have paid dividends in the future. So if you're going to take the TOEFL test, your goal should be to take just one TOEFL test and to make that test count. And that's where test prep comes in. Test prep services and test prep content, so you become familiar with the material in preparation to take the actual TOEFL test. Some content is free, like this video, and like the TestGlider sample test, and some isn't. And the problem is, with the recent changes to TOEFL, almost all existing test prep content is no longer relevant. It's obsolete. It might help you improve at English generally, but it won't prepare you for today's TOEFL test. So thankfully, TestGlider already has plenty of up-to-date TOEFL content. And there's the free test, which can give you a taste of what to expect, because we've got a whole lot more than just that. A subscription gets you access to all the TOEFL material, either on a monthly basis or for 6 months flat. And unlike the actual TOEFL test, you can take and retake TestGlider's tests as many times as you want. I'm not going to tell you which method is best for you, because it depends on your habits. Maybe you study well by cramming, and maybe all you need is 1 month or 2 to devour all the test prep material you can get your hands on. Or maybe that's not your style. Maybe you need time to absorb the material and track your progress week by week, month by month, and you'll take the actual test when you know you're ready. Most importantly, no matter how good your English is, no matter how prepared you are, tests are stressful. Paying for tests is stressful, and you should do whatever gives you the least additional stress. I have to take this test, my future's on the line. That's already stressful. So that's the starting point. How much time do you have to prepare, and how willing are you to make the necessary preparations? If you're not the cramming type, don't start cramming unless you know your brain and heart can handle it. It's not a race, and it's not a contest. If there's more you want to know about TOEFL or TestGlider or English in general, leave a comment. I'm glad to give you any information that may help unburden you before you take the TOEFL test.